Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another tasty review, another Bavarian Helles. This is from the Unser Bürgerbräu, located in Bad Reichenhall in Berchtesgadener Land in Oberbayern, so it's very southeast of Bavaria. Started already 1494, they got 40 employees, so quite small brewery, but it's a legendary brewery. And I'm gonna give you the history of this brewery. Of course, this is their beer called Gustl Bayrisch Hell. They do have another beer from this Gustl brand also. The other one is Kellerbier, and I love Kellerbier also, of course, as well. The unfiltered Naturtrübes Kellerbier. But this is their Bayrisch Hell. And the Unser Bürgerbräu is a private Alp brewery, and they do have other brands as well. Alpenstoff and Unser Bürgerbräu is the two other brands, and Gustl is the third that they're brewing. Here's the back label also. I'll show it to you as well. This brand Gustl is coming from the name of this person. I'm gonna speak more about that when I give you the history about this brewery. You see the coat of arms right there of Bad Reichenhall and Bavaria, and of course the white and blue flag of Bavaria. So it's from the small, very beautiful town Bad Reichenhall, located just at the foot of the Alps. It's looking really fantastic. Feel free to check out both the websites of this brewery and Google Pictures. That's something I recommend because it's looking really nice. And here's the cap also, of course, from Unser Bürgerbräu, 525 years old. So very old. Also, you see that it's which I call it typical for the region, typical for Bavaria, their private breweries, the thick bottle shape, not the tall bottle, but the thicker bottle, which is typical for small private breweries in Bavaria. That's at least the feeling that I've been getting. So giving a really nice impression, and as you know, I love Bavarian Helles. Fantastic beer style, really refreshing and nice. But I'm gonna give you some more information about this brewery. The Bürgerbräu Bad Reichenhall, full company name Bürgerbräu Bad Reichenhall August Röhm und Söhne KG, is a 1633 based brewery in the Upper Bavarian Bad Reichenhall. By 2016, it is assumed that the brewery was founded in Bad Reichenhall in 1633. In 2016, a local historian, Belege, discovered that the brewery has existed since 1494. After August Röhm had acquired the former Lindacher Bräuhaus in 1901, these were renamed Bürgerbräu Bad Reichenhall. Even today, the brewery is in Besitz in his family. During World War II, the brewery was heavily damaged by Allied bombers and rebuilt after the war. The range includes over a dozen different beers. In addition to various varieties of wheat beer, the brewery also produces export and pils beers, as well as dark beers. The annual discharge amounts to 50,000 hectoliters. In addition, the company produces alcoholic beer mixes and lemonades. Connected to the brewery is the same brewery inn with hotel. The property of the brewery is located at the further guest house Bürgerbräu in Trostberg, Waldhauserbräu in Schönau in the Königssee, and the Zollhäusl in Freilassing. The brewery has received some awards, such as the DLG Gold medals in 2007, 2008 and 2009, and the Bundesehrenpreis in 2008. The brewery is a member of Brauring, a cooperative company of private breweries from Germany, Austria and Switzerland. And some more information. Bad Reichenhall is a famous royal health resort in Bayrisch Gemein region at the foot of the Alps, not far from Salzburg in Austria. Bad Reichenhall lives by tourism and caterers and has a lot to offer, including the city's own philharmonic orchestra and not least the Unser Bürgerbräu brewery, which was founded in 1633. It produces a large selection of beers, including the unfiltered golden wheat beer Hefeweizen with a fruity aroma and the fresh taste with the acidity typical of wheat beer. Note that it was founded before, and this text that I'm reading was written before it was discovered that it was that the brewery was founded earlier than 1633. They also brew another top fermented wheat beer named Hefeweizen Dunkel with a genuine fruity malt flavor and a well-balanced taste of sour wheat, sweet malt and a dry hop. The brewery is proud of its large selection of classical Bavarian beers that have been brewed since 1633 according to honorable methods and traditional recipes. Of course, the brewery recommends that you pour 3/4 of the contents of the bottle into the glass and then shake the bottle carefully before filling it with the rest. In this way, you get the yeast precipitate that gives the wheat beer its character. They also brew Suffocator, which is the Doppelbock type. Doppelbock is called the style because it resembles a regular Bock beer, but is brewed on twice as much fermentable raw material and thus produces a strong beer. Suffocator is a good example of the type. The fresh grainy aroma and the rich malt flavor are balanced by a strong hops presence that gives the beer a dry hops taste at the end. There's quite much to read about the history of this brewery, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Our private Alpine brewery Bürgerbräu stands today as the only and remaining brewery for a century-old and lively brittle tradition in the Salinen and Kurstadt Bad Reichenhall since 1494. We can sometimes also be the longest existing Burgess tradition in the world. Some of the milestones in our brewing history may apply. 1494. Replacement of the Reichenhaller Reinheitsgebotes on 07 February 1493 by Duke Georg of Bavaria. This beer order applies to Reichenhall and certain orders, and there's a quote, according to the oath he swore, each brewer should use nothing else for beer as good, coated and properly repaired malt, water and hops. Excerpt from beer order obtained for Salinenstadt in 1493, the Reichenhaller Reinheitsgebot, and 1494, the first original mention of the brewery and its former Bräus Martin Eigner. Above all, the work of the Salines long-time mainstay for the rich beer. In the location of today's Alpine brewery, a bridal tradition has existed since 1494, section of a town plan, end of the 18th century, 1834, partial destruction of the brewery in the glorifying Stadtbrand Reichenhalls. The brewery is being rebuilt in equal parts in the heart of Reichenhall. The Holy Florian is considered the patron of the Reichenhaller Brauer, 1844. And 1890, Reichenhall officially obtains the status of a spa and healing baths and will be in Bad Reichenhall. With the establishment of the Heilbades Bad Reichenhall and the high guest appearance, new beer tastings were also introduced. And 1901, acquisition of the Grail Bridge by the Commercial Council of August fame and renaming in the Citizen Bridge Bad Reichenhall. of August Röhm, who lived 1868 to 1930. 1925. Thanks to steady investments, the latest Bad Reichenhall brewery is spaced out. Automatic bottle dispensing plant at Bürgerbräu Bad Reichenhall in 1925. In 1928, establishment of the company Bürgerbräu Bad Reichenhall August Röhm und Söhne, both sons of August Röhm, Dr. Ernst and Willy Röhm, take over the leadership of the company. Dr. Ernst Röhm lived 1894 to 1955 and Willy Röhm lived 1896 to 1959. In 1945, heavy damage to the brewery and the brewery guest house by bomb attacks in April 1945. The brewery building few days after bomb attack of April 25, 1945, that's a picture of it on the website. In 1949, Dr. Ernst Röhm became the president of the Bavarian Brauerbundes. In 1950, reopening of the brewery, including the brewery guest house after several years of rebuilding. Dr. Ernst Röhm at the festive reopening in August 1950. 1968, first regular exports to Austria. 1978, brand relaunch from Bürgerbräu becomes Unser Bürgerbräu, which is our Bürgerbräu. The bearded Bürgerbräu head holds the mark of the brewery and since then stands for the Bavarian beer in person. 1980, takeover of the business management by Christoph Graschberger, a memorial to August Röhm. Christoph Graschberger Brü in Bad Reichenhall. 1980, first exports to Italy. 2005, introduction of Alpenstoff, the mountain of the mountains. The Edelweiss characterizes the brand image of the Alpenstoff. 2013, introduction of Gustl, really Bavarian, which is this one, and which it's also available in handy 6-packs. 2015, introduction of the gourmet beer line Our Bürgerbräu edition, our Civil Britain edition vintage beer, Unser Bürgerbräu edition Jahrgangsbier, and I'm gonna give you some more information about this beer specifically. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I'm gonna give you some more information. Crafted roast, rooted in tradition. After the oldest document yet available, beer has been brewed here since 1494. In the year 1901, August Röhm, the great-grandfather of today's boys, acquired Christoph Graschberger, who owned the brewery and gave its name Bürgerbräu. Still, we were brewed in our family brewery, beer by the human hand, with all the senses and great personal commitment. We are convinced by survivors of the basis of, as well as newly designed recipes, traditional brewing, individual brewing, time-consuming technology, the best raw materials from the region, ideal brewing water from the depths of the Alps, long maturing times, and ever since Reinheitsgebot from 1493. And as I mentioned, some short information about this specific beer, Gustl Bayrisch Hell. Gustl Echt Bayrisch. Following the traditional recipe of 1901, in honor of the commercial council August Röhm, the great-grandfather of today's boys, Christoph Graschberger, he had taken over the Bürgerbräu Bad Reichenhall in that year, brewed with noble, light, summer barley malt and fine Hallertauer Aroma hops. This Gustl is a truly Bavarian Vollbier. Commercialist August Röhm was the founder of modern Bürgerbräu when he took over the brewery in the year 1901. In honor, this beer bear its name Gustl, a bright, fresh Vollbier roasted after the original recipes of Damals. Ideal for perfect holiday party. Color yellow, fragrance malt aromatic and spicy. Taste very well weighted, spicy and juicy. Finally ground sweet in the trunk. That sounds very nice, of course, and I'm really looking forward to try this one. I've been looking forward to try it for a while, since I found it in Germany. Might not be the easiest one to find, but I love to find the special traditional Bavarian beers, as you might know. One last look of the label before going on to the tasting part, which of course is my favorite part of the video, when I'm allowed to try these fantastic Bavarian beers, and the beers from the rest of the country, of course. Gustl Bayrisch Hell. What does it more say on the bottle? Here's the Golden Prize DLG Award 2019, and here's the man who is named after the beer. Privat Alpenbrauerei seit 1494 in Bad Reichenhall. Bürgerbräu Bad Reichenhall. So this is the Bürgerbräu coat of arms, the red one, and here's the Bad Reichenhall coat of arms. Bürgerbräu Bad Reichenhall, Bayern, Deutschland. Gebraut nach dem Reichenhaller Reinheitsgebot von 1493. So this is the first time I see this Reinheitsgebot von 1493 named instead of the typical Bavarian Reinheitsgebot, or as brewers outside of Bavaria calls it, the German Reinheitsgebot. Also, feel free to check out the review of Regensburger Bischofshof, which is being brewed after the Reinheitsgebot from Regensburg. So quite interesting history about that, if you check out that as well. Great looking cap of the anniversary, back label. Gustl Bayrisch Hell, Unser Bürgerbräu. Here's the Unser Bürgerbräu logo also right there. Hope you can see that. Gebraut zu Ehren des Gründers unseres Bürgerbräu August Röhm, Vollbier aus den Zutaten Wasser, Gerstenmalz, Hopfen und Hopfenextrakt vor Wärme geschützt lagern, umweltfreundliche Pfandflasche. And here's also Italian, the same text in Italian, since it's close to Austria, which is to the Italian border. Alcohol content is 4.9 ABV. Bayerisches Bier, geschützte geografische Angabe. So it's the Bayerisches Bier logo also right there. As you can see, all in all gives a very nice, decent impression. This can be really nice to try it. This Unser Bürgerbräu Gustl Bayrisch Hell. I have high expectations of it, and with the brewery started already 1494, there is a reason to have high expectations, and especially for me, who loves Bavaria more than anything else. So let's open this one up, the Unser Bürgerbräu Gustl Bayrisch Hell, and pour it up. Rivet. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Very pale, typical for the style color. So all the small bubbles rise up, just the way it should be. And the white foam head, keeping the real taste in the glass just the way it should be. Very important to build up a foam head. Now I didn't manage to build up a foam head that big as it should have been. My fault, I'm not perfect. Should have been above the edge, just the way I wanted, Bavarian style. Then of course it's important to maintain the foam head all the way through while you drink, since then you keep the right taste in the glass. Also, it's a quality sign, and the Bavarian styles of course continue to drink, start to drink while it's a very big foam head. So that's what I want to do also. Let's get the aroma. Fantastic. This is why I love Bavaria. It's so amazingly fresh, this Helles. Really fresh, high quality Helles beer, this one. So this one is fantastic. Easier to hold the bottle right now when it's empty. Put it right here meanwhile, so you can see it. Interesting looking label also, of course. This one is really fresh. Have this typical freshness that is so great for the style. Easy to feel that it's a high quality Bavarian Helles. So let's try it. Prost. Yeah, it is fantastic, absolutely amazing. It really honors this person that they're brewing such a great beer, and of course that what they want to do. They don't want to brew a bad beer when they're doing it to honor the founder. And it's a fantastic Helles. It's absolutely stunning, I would say. Really fresh, easy to drink, makes me longing back to Bavaria. That's of course the achievement or the feeling that I want to have when I enjoy a beer. I'm thinking about the brewery, the location, the people who are drinking the beer, and that's the interesting case regarding Bavarian smaller private breweries who doesn't export to the rest of the country. The ones who are enjoying it is the local inhabitants of the town. I mean, now, oh, the freshness of this aroma coming up while doing this little shaking is just fantastic. Really great aroma of this Helles. It's unbelievably great. This is the definition why I love Bavaria. This Helles is perfect, fantastically well balanced, an absolute must that you found this one and try it. It's a huge recommendation because it tastes so great in every way. Just a perfect Bavarian Helles. The quality is unbelievable. Really understated beer, this one. The brewery is fantastic. Has been brewing since 1494. Makes it old, in my opinion. According to German standards, it quite typical the age, but to me, still I would call it old. I think that's it for now. This is a fantastic beer, big recommendation as I mentioned. Hope you like my channel. Continue to follow it, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and suggest anything. Hope I see you again in next German beer review, and that you look forward to my next beer review just as much as I do. There's a lot of interesting ones that will be coming up in the future, so stay tuned for that, and see you in next beer review.